Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to Global Impromptu Speaking session number 193rd. Today, this session is going to be a very special. It's a merge with one of the Toastmasters Club in District 10, where somebody very special hosting this session. She's the topics master. She is DTM, and equally she has called somebody who is DTM to manage your time. So you are going to feel super special today. Mind it. So make sure, listen your topic very carefully and speak your heart out. This is your time. You will be speaking for plus minus a minute or two, but timing will be explained by DTM Lenroy. I will not take much of your time, but to request you all, make sure for the entire session, keep your mic off till your name is called up by DTM Sravanti. Do not cross talk. Everyone deserves their time, which is 1 to 2 minutes, to speak their heart out the way they want to speak. Let them speak and appreciate. In this session, we are going to show humanity at the height. What is that? You will be speaking for 1 to 2 minutes, and for the rest of the session, you will be just observing and listening other people. That means you are giving priority to other people to speak their heart out. Nowadays, nobody has time to listen to somebody. So I think you're doing something very great. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome a very senior Toastmaster, DTM Lenroy, to explain the timing mechanism. Please put your hands together. DTM Lenroy, over to you.
Thank you. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you're zooming in from. The mechanism that I'll be using will be in my background. At 1 minute, you will see this slide come up, and it is a color green, but it also has the word green in there as well. At a minute and 30 seconds, 90 seconds total, you'll see yellow on my backdrop. And then at 2 minutes, red will remain there until the conclusion of your speech. And at the conclusion, I'll give the report in the chat for the final wrap up of the time. Is there any questions from our audience? Visitors? Thank you. I'm completed.
Thank you so much, DTM Lenroy, for explaining the timing mechanism. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like to pin DTM Lenroy to manage your time, you can do so. With that, let's put our hands together to call up today's show master, host, and the topics master, our own, a very regular, very supportive, ever smiling, DTM Sravanti. On stage, please. Put your hands together. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Sravanti.
Thank you, DTM Amjad, my dear friends. This topic, diversity, equity, and inclusion, may not be talked about enough, in my opinion, but I would like to open with a few familiar lines to set stage. It is from Gitanjali by Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where clear its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where mind is led forward by three into ever-winding thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. So wherever you are, whatever your country is, into that heaven of freedom, let our minds awake. I ask you to feel safe in engaging in a civic sharing of opinion, like Amjad Bhai just said, not so much to show if you are better or worse than anyone, but to celebrate each of our uniqueness that makes this human pie so delectable and the universe that we live in sustainable. I feel passionately about speaking differently together, and I want you to know that I celebrate you. So thank you for being part of today's session. And if I may ask you to raise your hand so I can virtually call on you, that would be awesome. And I do have my first table topic ready.
Sorry for the interruption, DTM Sravanti. You can call anybody in the order they join, and it's completely up to you. We can save time, and you can call anybody and give them topic.
Perfect. I would like to start with Toastmaster Farida because she was the first one I saw as I joined. Toastmaster Farida, I will also put it in the chat for all of us. Your thought to ponder upon is, it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it.
A very good evening to my global impromptu family members. Being from a Pakistani background and Pakistani society, from early childhood, I have always been taught one thing: embrace. Embrace everything that you are being told. Embrace everything that you are being taught. Accept it. No questions asked. You're a female. You're supposed to be the timid one. This is how your mentality should be. This is how you're supposed to make a successful life out of yourself. And this is going to be your path to a successful marriage. My dearest family members, this is perfectly, absolutely not true. I can totally relate to this topic. And this is what actual freedom of speech and freedom of mind means, that whenever you're presented with an information, question it, ask. There's no need to embrace it within yourself, in your practices, and display it in your attitudes without questioning it, whether is it actually what you stand for? Is it truly what you would want to believe in? Is it factually correct? There are so many things that we believe in without which are actually not very factually correct too. So this is my message for tonight. I love you all. I have missed you all truly, truly. And this topic I can totally relate to. I'm really grateful for TT Table Topic Master tonight for giving me such a nice topic which I can relate to. My message to all of you is, whenever you are presented with an information, if you're truly educated or uneducated, I don't care what your degree is, train your mind to question it. Think about it before embracing it in your attitude and your practices. A very good evening to everybody.
Excellent. I love how you just jumped in and embraced to that idea. And how timeless is that? By Aristotle. That is probably one of the first name that is synonymous with quote in my mind. Quote Aristotle, Aristotle quote. That's all I remember growing up. Wonderfully done, Toastmaster Farida. And I have a second one. And I would like to call on Toastmaster Umar Farooq.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Toastmaster Umar Farooq, your topic is, it's time for parents to teach young people early on that in diversity, there is beauty and there is strength. In diversity, there is beauty and there is strength.
That is very true. I love the expression united in diversity. We all are different. We all have different mindsets. We have different ideologies. And our uniqueness is what makes us special. Each and every one is special in their own way. We should not hate or maybe dislike a person. Oh, he's from India. Oh, he's our enemy. See, diversity or racism, all these things make us who we are. Racism is something that we should not be inculcating in our minds, because it helps you, or it makes you, I will say, it makes you hate a person without knowing them. Everybody is different. Everybody is unique. Are you accepting the people the way they are? How they are behaving, how they are acting, what are their beliefs? Are you respecting those things? We are our own creators. We are our own makers and destroyers. It's our mindsets, our souls that are very important. I always say that soul has no gender, soul has no demarcation. We are all at the end of the day beautiful souls. The skin color may be different, and maybe our nationality may be different, all other things may be different. At the end of the day, we are just souls living in a human body, and that's very important, and that's what unites us, the humanity, the support that we can give to each other. If world is everybody is same, then there will be no, you cannot celebrate anything like that. Everybody, you should appreciate each and everyone for who they are. Maybe different. Normal is boring. You have to be different. Over to you, Tabletop Master.
Soul has no race. Is that what you said? That is beautiful. And I have to tell you, for those of you who are less aware of the Diversity for Success Club, I know Umar started off with, you're from India, I'm from Pakistan. We both coexist. So is our Toastmaster Lynroy Jones, and so is our distinguished Toastmaster Bill Simpson. We are all part of that club, and Diana joins us often. Farida has joined us in the past, so has Rajiv. So this is a beautiful thing. And I have a more beautiful question. Question number 3 for you, Sherman. Yesterday, the world celebrated, or at least through the United States, the world celebrated Women's Equality Day. So my third thought to ponder upon for you, Sherman, is this. The labels that women are endowed with sometimes change the way they look at themselves, their bodies, their minds, and their souls. It influences them and the world that they nurture with negativity. Why then do we do it? Why then do we not treat them as equals?
Madam Tabletop Master and Global Into Friends, actually the women's in history, they differentiate. They are not given the equal rights to women. Now after some time, they realize women are also unequal to men, and their talents, and they also take the men-dominated industries, areas, and those are the things, and change the world, I can say. So now the women are, some of the areas are overtaking the men. So if you discriminate, or if you're not going to employ the women's in your organizations, in your same what do you call same treatments, you are not doing, you are discriminating. So I can say, so you also have your mother, your sisters, or the friends. If you do like that, you are harming the some of the population of the world. And also we can get some talents from them if we use them. They are very good in I can say meet ends. They are in very good in economically, or teaching or giving the caring, or embracing your husbands or children. So they are the people, they made all these beautiful world. And also we can give more, we can give empowering to women, and they will come up with their the hidden talents for the things to make the world successful for them to live in. Over to you, Madam Tabletop Master.
Toastmaster Sherman, I love how you said that empowerment. That empowerment brings out the hidden talent. Sometimes when we don't empower, we don't make women, or anyone else for that matter, feel safe. So the hidden talent just stays hidden. I like how you brought that out. Thank you for embracing that table topic. And I think one of our Cavaliers, I am told, Bhavana, is that how you say your name, sweetie?
Yes, thank you.
All right, here is your table topic. You were one of the first to join. Love is not just a feeling, but a set of actions. Love is not just a feeling, but a set of actions. Bhavana, tell us how you have used this quote to show someone that you love them.
Okay. Good evening to everyone present here. My topic is love is not a feeling, but a set of actions. Um, it is true. You don't tell someone, I love you. Bye. You don't tell that. You have to show them that you love them because actions speak louder than words. But with a quote like this, telling someone something like this, I feel like that would be something so heartwarming for me. Like, you know, I can just imagine it. Like someone walks up like with a rose. Love is not a feeling, but a set of actions. So I have personally not used this quote to show anyone that I've loved them. I just give them a hug and I say, I love you. And like, that's basically it. So I guess since I've heard of this quote, I should use it one day and I will definitely use it one day. Thank you.
I love how you put emotion into your voice and shrugged your shoulders. I love it. And although it is a cliche, I think sometimes it just, it's considered a cliche, not so much, but actually saying that makes us feel good. Thank you. Thank you for handling that table topic so well. And I have another excellent one coming up. And this is for you, Toastmaster Rajiv. Diversity is having a seat at the table. Inclusion is giving you an opportunity to speak, have a voice.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Some of the greatest evils in this world come from our inability or unwillingness to listen to each other. And how would you listen to me unless I speak? One of the best speeches I ever heard comprised just 3 sentences. General Mann of the Indian Armed Forces spoke at a gathering. And he said just these 3 lines. He says, if you wish to be seen, stand up. If you wish to be heard, speak up. If you wish to be respected, firm up. I agree. We have to, if we are the people in power or majority, we have to give everyone a seat at the table and go beyond that. We've got to hear them. We indeed, many times we just see people, but we see through them. It's happened to me. I'll be listening to something and I'll tune out. We cannot do that. Things are just too important. One of my friends recently said to me, I think the gay community has gone overboard. I said, let them. We are in majority. We owe it to them to be extra careful of their rights. To me, embracing, including, listening, all go together. Madam Table Topics Master.
How articulate. How no one can go overboard if we treat everyone as equal. Never would we ever think someone has gone overboard because we are all allowed to go overboard if that's what it means. So thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Rajiv, for handling it so well. And at this time, I would like to invite a very special guest, Deanna. And for those of us who do not know Deanna, I would like to say that she takes a little bit longer than some of us to express herself. So I would like to ask Toastmaster Lenroy Jones to give her her full time and all of us to be a little patient. Deanna, here is your topic, my friend. A lot of different flowers make a bouquet. A lot of different flowers make a bouquet. What does that make you think?
I'm sorry for the disturbance. Does she know she's on mute?
She will be texting actually.
She is texting. She will be texting. You can unmute yourself, Diana, if you want. And Diana, I was helping Diana with something, and here is what she said. She sent it to me, direct message, so I'm going to put it in the chat for all of us. Thank you, Diana. Thank you. And I want all of us to take a moment and from what I know, Diana takes special interest in attending and doing her very best, because she at Diversity for Success Club attends every week. We meet again tomorrow. I know she'll be there, and she participates. She takes on a role and attempts a table topic. She does her very best at every meeting. That showing up, that commitment, and that determination to participate, and the honor that we all give her by treating her as her equal, as she should be, is what really is celebrating diversity. So thank you. Thank you for including Diana in the conversation today, and thank you, Diana. All right. Our next talented volunteer is Dinesh. Dinesh, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. And here is one from Sundar Pichai. A diverse mix of voices leads to better discussions, better decisions, and better outcomes for everyone. A diverse mix of voices leads to better discussions, decisions, and outcomes for everyone.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, TTM Master. And absolutely, I think the whatever Sundar Pichai was mentioned, it's true that if you sit with the people of one country, they'll discuss about the things that are similar to what you know, or what you miss, for what you don't know might be 50%. But if you sit with the people of some 10, 20 countries, and they all come from different backgrounds, and the way that they have gone through all these years are a lot different. So the mix, the mix that you get at that time when you mix the people in the for any topic or in the table, and then they're completely different. That will give you a different perspective how the world is, and how you can learn more from that, from the that discussion. So it's always when you get a chance, just join wherever you are. Maybe the Toastmasters is also the best platform where you can know the different voices. Maybe they'll have their own stories, how they brought up, and everyone have their own stories, and they'll all bring up the stories, and that's a mix we get in every meeting, right? So I definitely agree that this, when you have different people, and when you included in that particular meeting or any discussion, then definitely it's going to be something that you'll definitely learn from there and take away. So yeah, that's what my take on this, Shankar. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you. And I want us to think largely, right, about diversity, inclusion, equity at home, in the community, at work, wherever we are, whether we are running in the park or cooking in the kitchen or having a discussion at the board, right, with the board. Whatever, wherever we are, diversity, inclusion, and equity are always in play. If we are not doing justice to any of these topics, we are really not doing justice to ourselves, because we could be that other party. at the next moment. We could be that party who is discriminated against. DTM Amjad, this one is for you. And you'll see I'm picking random numbers. So if you see 1111, it's just how my Word document is working. But this topic is for you, DTM Amjad. If you always look for and enjoy the company of those who look like you, talk like you, feel like you, and think like you, you have made it clear that you are not open to learning and growing.
Thank you so much, Madam Topics Master. I won't repeat the topic as the topic is long. You have all heard from DTM Sarvanti. Yes, perhaps I'm someone who would agree with the topic with conviction. If you need to do something big, you have to craft your own path. Then settle behind the queue, where you feel like these all people look like me, speak like me, behave like me, and I would look like human as they are human. But are you made for such acts? Then you are discriminating your uniqueness. You have to find out your own skin. What is your purpose of life? I've been to such environments few times where I felt comfortable, but I did not feel really comfortable. So I left. I felt, Amjad, you're not here to compromise with life. And you always pray to Allah Almighty that I don't want to die a normal person. For that, we don't have to live a life which is very normal, as many of us are living. If you have to live normal life, if you're wishing something big, then you have to go do something big, which is not going to be easy, which is not going to be comfortable, which will suck your blood, which will literally give you hard time. People will love you, people will hate you, people will do everything which you will not expect. But one point in time, one time will come, people will love you unconditionally. That will happen only after a huge struggle and many years. Let them keep counting, let them keep collecting the respect you feel you deserve. Right now, they will not give you, because now you look like them. They feel, and you think you have to do something very big beyond their life, and that will take time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I completely agree with the statement. If you are surrounded by people who look like you, behave like you, smile like you, speak like you, then trust me, you will remain as they are all. Because you are all criticizing, you criticize them as well. So they will be criticizing you as well. So you will be all going circle in circle, back to back. But if you want to do something big, go big, take risks, sacrifice, and one day they will give you the respect you think you deserve. And I'm waiting for that. Trust me, that's going to come. I'm not going to die a normal person. This meeting is recorded for your information. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you for that audacious statement, Toastmaster Amjad, and you are an inspiration. Thank you, sir, for saying that you will have to carve your own path instead of standing behind someone in the queue. I think that's what you said. So thank you for embracing all that life has to throw at you. So I know you're ready. I know all of us are ready thanks to your inspiration. I welcome that fact. My next table topic speaker is Lagoon. Is that how you say your name? Oh, I'm sorry.
That is Sunita ma'am, Sunita.
Sunita ma'am. All right, Sunita. I have no idea.
It didn't strike
I
me.
did not want to assume. There you go.
Sorry.
Diversity is the one thing we all have in common. Diversity is the one thing we all have in common. Tell us about an aspect of diversity that you find worthy of celebration.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shamanti. Good evening to all my Impromptu family. diversity is something. I spent 5 months in India, and I'm coming back from a country that is as diverse as you can get. I'm from Kerala. I lived in Mumbai all my life. Then I've been living in the Middle East, and then I went and stayed for 5 months in Bangalore. And it was so beautiful once again to see the cultural beauty of the place. You know, they were celebrating, all the festivals were being celebrated equally. I was there for Eid, I was there during Holi, and I lived in a complex that all the festivals were celebrated with so much of joy. And that is when I realized, you know, people might talk, people might say anything, but each and every one of us like to experience another culture, like to experience what other people, and we appreciate it. It's not like the media tells us that we hate each other and we are trying to put, yeah. So I saw celebrating diversity in reality over there. When the children came out with functions, it was not religious, it was not based on language, color, anything. All the children were taught to participate for all the festivals, and it felt so good. And I really said, there is a small India over here. And the diversity that I see over here in Dubai is in UAE is of a very large scale. But I don't closely mingle with people to really know, you know, in spite of the fact that there's so much diversity available in this country, somewhere we tend to stick to our people. And this I realized was not happening when I went to this small complex. Probably it happens because it's a small complex and you can afford to do that. You get to know your people. So this last 5 months, I really celebrated diversity. And that is what I think all of us should do. Take advantage of wherever you're living and try to spread your wings and mix with other people. Over to you, Toastmaster Shravanti.
And is that your voice I'm hearing breaking? And I love it. It is because there is emotion in that voice. There is emotion in that voice. I love it. I love how you said you celebrated going to India. So I sensed emotion, I sensed a great story, and I sensed your joy. So thank you. Thank you for embracing your trip and all of that you experienced within your trip. Past International Director Patrick Oy, this one is for you, sir. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to broader concerns of all humanity. If you could unmute yourself, please. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Patrick. Unmute.
Sorry. Hi, Madam Toastmaster, Table Topic Master. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here. By the way, my last name is pronounced as We. Okay, the table topic is an individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Wow, indeed, this quotation is so relevant for us in today's pandemic that we must arise above our individualistic concerns of our own safety. And we must not only think of ourselves or of our family, but also of everyone in our community. Many a times, we do things thinking of ourselves. Just 3 weeks ago on a train, I told someone nicely off. He wanted to cough. Guess what he did? He removed his mask and coughed, and then he put it on again. I said, why do you do that? The mask is supposed to protect you from infecting other people. If you have a cough and you have to dirty the mask, it's all right because it's you. But you should not be infecting other people. So he felt very embarrassed. Maybe it was an instinctive reaction that many people do. I see a lot of people do that when they sneeze. They remove the mask to sneeze and then they put it back because they are afraid of dirtying their mask. So I encourage everyone to bring more than one mask when you go out. Why? Because it may snap too. I have had many masks that snapped on me. So ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed very important that we think of other people, not just ourselves. And in today's pandemic, it's so sad, especially on Facebook, I read about a lot of our Toastmasters friends, especially those from India 2-3 months ago. Today is not so bad. A lot of their relatives passing away and all because of COVID. And it pains me to see people dying because of COVID, because some people are just too frivolent over a lot of hygiene practices. And I'm glad to see many young children growing up with wearing masks. I hope that when they grow up, wearing masks is the in thing for a lot of them. And I do hope and I pray that all of you keep safe too, because it is a disease that is man-made, and God bless those people who invented this virus. They shall pay for it when karma calls upon them. Table topic master.
Thank you. Thank you for making that topic so relatable, especially in the time that we are in, and also alluding to the pain and concern that everyone is going through, from individualist concern to concern of humanity. The next one is for Nav. Nav Brar. Diversity is the one thing we all have in common. So this is a twist on the previous one that I gave. Let's talk about an aspect of diversity that you found challenging and how you overcame that challenge.
Would you repeat the question? I was not able to get it. Thank you.
Sure. Diversity is the one thing that we all have in common. Tell us about an aspect of diversity that you found challenging and how you overcame that challenge.
Yeah, I think we have a diverse world. Every corner of this world is diverse in terms of ideas, beliefs, religion, and our values. When I was in Canada in 2015, and I was there for till 2018, so I was from India, and I have like a whole new stratosphere of cultural difference. So we are like, in our society, we live in joint families, and it was entirely individual, and you have to only think about yourself. So I would say it also has pros and cons, and where I exactly find at one point we have to think about ourselves, but we also have to think about other people who make us do better, like our parents or everybody who supports us as a team. Because as an individual we can go fast, but if we have to go far, we have to be a part of a team, whether a leader or whether be a part of a member of the team. So that's from me. Thank you, Rohan.
A whole new stratosphere of cultural diversity. I love that. I love that phrase. All right, we have it nicely done, Nav, and we have a new one. And I would like to call upon Naveed. Naveed, here is your thought to ponder upon. I can see myself, yes, you are. I can see myself in all things and all people around me. I can see myself in all things and all people around me.
Madam Topic Master, and good evening to all of you. Hope you all are fine. My topic is, I can see myself in all things and all people around me. Wow, what a great thought. Well, it is true when we observe, we have good observation skills. it is to when we have good interpersonal communication skills, because we will know many things if we discuss with people. We will know many things if we go outside and see from our eyes as well as get from others. So it is not true that one person will do everything in life. We have to learn from others. We have to learn from other people's mistakes, because if we do mistakes ourselves, then I think it will be our last day. So as a human being, as compared to the animals, we learn very fast, even if we don't get means consciously. Unconscious way, we learn very fast. We see, you know, that there are many things in the world like aeroplane, like other things here. We have learned from the animals. We are learning from the nature, how it is perfect in timing. We also follow the timings of nature, because we learn from this thing even. So if I re-ponder the statement, I can see myself in all things and all people around me. It is true that I am here to learn from many things which are present here. So thank you very much, Double Master.
Thank you, Naveed. Thank you for bringing us down to humanity. So we are nothing but a reflection of who we see and who we interact with. Thank you for embracing that topic. And now, distinguished Toastmaster Bill Simpson, this one is for you, sir. Urging people to be inclusive is not an attack. It is progress.
Encouraging people to be inclusive is not an attack, it's a progress. Encouraging is an interesting word. I say this because how easy it is for us to encourage someone. But if they don't join us, if all of a sudden they are not inclusive, how easy is it to write them off, to disinclude them because they're not with it? They're not being part of humanity the way we think they should be. Therefore, since they are not willing to include everybody, why should we include their bad traits? How easy it is for us to do that. But if we do that, what does it mean about us? It means we are not inclusive. It means we are not embracing. We are not working with that individual to try to make them become more inclusive, more understanding, more willing to embrace the views and the understandings of others. A very dangerous, but a very easy trap for any of us, no matter how willing we are to be inclusive, can fall into. Madam Table Topics Master.
And I love how you highlighted the dangerous trap that we could all fall into if we don't. Thank you, Past International Director Patrick. And apologies for mispronouncing your last name, sir.
No worries. I'm so sorry I have to leave because it's almost 1 a.m. in Singapore. So do come and do send me a WhatsApp.
Will do.
I posted my number and I hope to see you all. Visit me one day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good evening and good day for those in the morning in the US. Bye-bye. Thank you.
And this next topic is for Deepa Sampath Kumar. The diversity in the human family should be the cause of love and harmony, as it is in music where many different notes blend together in making of a perfect chord.
My best friends are diverse. We are diverse in our religion. One is a Christian, one is a Muslim, and here I am. Well, I don't know whether I should call myself Hindu. I'm not a practicing Hindu. So we are diverse. We get along well. We don't discuss what we clash against, but we discuss what we agree with. Most often, we're guilty of this. We often look at things that we don't agree with. What is that one thing that the other person there looks different in? How are they different from me? How do they eat differently? How do they look differently? Why not look at the commonalities and use them to bond together? You see, diversity is very important. Because of diversity, we have a different upbringing, we have different ideas, and sharing these ideas and exchange of these ideas are what brings progress. Progress in all walks of our life. Just look at cities and countries where it's extremely diverse. I belong to a city called Bangalore, and it's a melting pot of cultures. You have all people from all states in my city, and if you see my neighbors, that they speak different tongues, and all of it, that cosmopolitan nature is what has made Bangalore a world-class city. I mean, it's the largest exporter of software. It attracts the right talent, and this is what builds beautiful cities, beautiful civilizations. So therefore, diversity is like layers of music that make beautiful music. It's layers of simplicity, layers of differences, layers of commonalities, all of which come together and create something very beautiful, something called humanity, something called civilization. Miss Topics Master.
Something called humanity and something called civilization. We sometimes forget that. We are so concerned with ourselves. We are so consumed with our own concerns. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that so beautifully. And I love that maroon on you, by the way. It's one of my favorite colors, Deepa, sorry. And this next one is for, and I am keeping a list here. This next one is for Arshad. And please let me know if you would like to speak. And Geeta, I will call on you next. And Arshad, here is yours. Diversity is the mix. Inclusion is making that mix work.
At the age of 7, I was asked to bring different types of fruits to school to make a bowl of fruit salad. Now that moment, as a child, I hate eating bananas, apples, and a few other fruits. I told my mom I just need mangoes only. And that is when she said, only mangoes is a mango salad. A lot of other fruits is the fruit salad. Now my mother, being a school teacher, sarcastically toned it, and I was like, okay, do whatever you want. She packed it, I went to school, and we just made the salad. Things weren't nice. I hated eating banana in a fruit salad. The apples were getting brown, things weren't
You're
getting
on
good.
mute.
As things moved, I started mixing and a bit of lime juice, a few chopped dates and oranges and limes, and things went on to the fruit salad. It gave this amazing taste. The diversified taste from the different fruits added more color to the fruit salad. And I believe that we all as people are very different. When I heard some of you speaking, that inspired me, because if all of us speak in the same tone, there wouldn't be anything interesting. So I believe that we all need to embrace and work together. And I believe when all the fruits come together, you feel included. And when we all speak of diversity and inclusion this evening, we embrace the concept and make the grammarian very happy. And that day, as a 7-year-old, when I started eating my fruit salad, the juices, the citric acid, the sweetness, the chunkiness of the banana, everything gave a very good taste. And that was a combination of diversity and inclusion. And I believe that we all are fruits and we all have to work together to make that beautiful, tasty bowl of fruit salad. Over to you, madam.
Excellent. And I have to share this, and I'll take 10 seconds to share this. And I was reviewing an essay. I help high school students look at their essays as they apply for colleges. I was looking at one, and there is this one girl who is my daughter's childhood friend. She brought up an essay and said, "Auntie, I need help." I looked at the essay, and she wrote about how joining a Spanish club enhanced her understanding of world cultures. And she wrote her essay about soup and salad. In soup, we blend everything. Everything gets mushed. We don't know if there is carrot or celery or potato or meat in there. We really don't know. But in salad, it's not only colorful, it's crunchy, it's delicious, and each item, each ingredient retains its taste and texture. But can you imagine that? Just think of that metaphor in your mind and see how beautiful that is. And thank you, Arshad, for bringing that out so, so beautifully for all of us. And Geeta, here is your topic. Do you believe there is a difference between equality and equity? And if yes, what is it? Equality and equity.
Thank you so much. We are all equal in the eyes of God. Though we are born here with different colors, different castes, different creed, different religion, yet we are all same. I wonder at times, a number of times I'm really wondering that why do people fight on the basis of caste, creed, religion? We are all equal. Now, the best example that I can give is being a teacher. Go to a school and see the little ones, see the youngsters, how beautifully they adapt each and every culture so comfortably. You don't have to really even tell them. They are also united with each other. They do not fight, but it's only the adults, the grown-ups who are having all this. This is all because of our learnings. If learning has taught us to hate each other, what is the point of so much of education and learning? Let us all believe. Now, it was unfortunate that even today in various countries, we find people killing each other on the basis of color. Cannot believe it. On the basis of caste and religion, unbelievable, incredible. Let us learn from the little children. Just watch your own children, how unitedly they move with each other. And being a teacher, I remember there were teachers belonging to different caste and creed, and ours was a very beautiful world, unaffected by anything. And during every interval break time, we had a nice, lovely cuisine of different variety of foods from the north, from the south, idli, dosa, Punjabi, parathas, and sevaiya. So all this is a platter. It was a platter, and even we shared our feelings and culture with each other. And that was amazing. So again, my message to each and everyone present here is, we are all equal in the eyes of God. Let us not fight with one another unnecessarily, and let us live unitedly, because in every culture, in every religion, in every book, it is only specified the way to the Almighty is humanity, love, and compassion. Thank you. Back to you.
Anything more I say will only take away from your closing statement. I'll just leave it there. I have one other topic. Do I have anyone who has joined earlier and who hasn't spoken? Bipam, would you like to go? Excellent. When everyone is included, everyone wins. And if you have a story around that, we'd love to hear that.
Yeah. Thank you, Table Topic Master, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the Global Impromptu family members. The topic given to me is when everyone is included, everyone wins. Yes, I completely agree with this topic. As in earlier time, people were living in a combined family, and uh, each combined family there was only one head, and that single person was taking along with the family to the development or to the growth or to the positive things. And I can also give the examples of my family. I'm grown up in a combined family, and where I have observed many things what we could not provide to my children. What a unit family in a unit family, no any child can get that opportunity, that advantages. In a combined family, what I was observing, my grandpa was the person who was dealing with everybody, but nobody was there to argue with him, and everybody was following him. And even the children were also getting protected by him. If mother or father is going after the children, only grandpa will say, you should not do this. Will you kill him or will you kill her? That's all. And the children were taking everything as a granted. They were always going to hide behind the grandpa. So I can say that when everyone is included in, this is also a part of I can say diversity in unity. If there is a celebration of any festival, people will be celebrating the festival as a whole, as a one family. But in unit family, in a part in other parts, like in other community where there are less people, you can't get that zeal and that enthusiasm what you could get in the whole. So my yeah, I totally agree with your point that when everyone is included, everyone wins. It means that the head of the family, the head of the leader of the group, he just pull everybody to win the race. He never leaves the followers or the organization to go into deep down the sea. So I totally agree with you. Thank you, Table Topic Master. Over to you.
Taking everyone along so no one is left behind. So that, I think, should be our mantra, is to make sure no one's left behind. Excellent. Akib, Toastmaster Akib, this is your topic. Diversity is the art of thinking independently together. Diversity is the art of thinking independently together. Tell us about a time when you put this into action.
Thanks, Table Topic Master, for giving me this opportunity. Topic given to me is diversity is the art of thinking independently together. So it was during January 2021 when I completed my Masters of Business Administration in Finance. And I was thinking from like 2 to 3 years that I have to start doing investments. And the first lesson which I learned was diversification. So if I take one stock and if that performs, I win. And if that doesn't perform, I lose. So there comes this very important chapter of investment, which is risk diversification. We take a lot of different quality of stocks from different sectors who perform different in the different situations. So there are certain stocks which will perform when realty sector grows. There are certain stocks which perform when entire other stocks are falling, entire stock markets are falling, but you have invested something which is deals in gold, that stock performs at that point of time. And there are times when entire sectors are booming, and then you put in growth stock, and then you get a good benefit out of it. So diversity came to me as risk diversification, wherein I take some 10% slot from growth, 10% slot from passive, 10% from reality, and putting it all together so that all these independent together makes a good income for me. And that was my second source of income, which I started very recently, and diversity word has given me that meaning, and it has been really, really helpful for me. That's about my take on this topic. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
And the most powerful thing about, very nicely done, the most powerful thing about our experiences is what they teach us, right? And if we don't take the lessons, the experience is as good as not having happened at all. So thank you. Thank you for teaching us that. Do we have time for one more? It is 1 p.m. my time. I think we must conclude. I'm not sure if we should.
If you can take, if you like to take a couple of more, it's completely up to you.
Is there anyone else who I haven't called upon? I think I've been making a note, but if I have missed,
I think
Prashant?
Anne Mary is there also. Prashant. Anne Mary.
Prashant, okay. Prashant, here is your topic. Inclusion is not a matter of political correctness. We see a lot of our officials in high-ranking positions just checking the boxes for diversity and inclusion. So inclusion is not a matter of political correctness. It is the key to growth. Have you seen this in action at work or outside?
So thank you, Topic Master, and greetings to all Global Improve friends. For me, the topic is the, can you just put in the chat, ma'am? Is it there?
I did, it's in the chat, yes. Inclusion is not a matter of political correctness. It is the key to growth.
Yeah. So yeah, as we see in our political environment, so we are just during our lecture and everywhere, we just thinking why we are together, we have to work together. At the same time, when we, on the name of religion, on the name of caste, we are giving politics. So I don't think it is actually in the politics, the way we are putting on the paper, and when come to the action, this is totally unrelatable. And with creating diversity and giving with the playing of the thought process of the people, I think the political leader is using in a very different manner the way we have to use. So if we talk about the kind of diversity, basically it kind of acceptance and respect and acceptance, but at the same time we just play with the thought process of people, the political leader playing the thought process of the people and not using in the right manner. That's my take on this today's materialistic world. Maybe we believe one day we can use as a right tool. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you.
And you touched on something that's very close to most of our hearts, right? Materialistic world, and we are trying to veer away from it, but we can't seem to. Somehow we can't seem to. So, Toastmaster Anne-Marie Walker.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, I sent it to Toastmaster Omar here. Okay. Life is a second chance. Every moment of your life is a second chance. When you think of diversity and inclusion, can you think of an instance where you probably thought, I'm a better person for either having enjoyed a second chance or given someone else a second chance?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Every moment of your life is a second chance. So when you think of diversity and inclusion, have you ever thought of yourself as, I'm a better person for having given someone else a second chance, or myself enjoyed a second chance? Because there is so much misunderstanding when it comes to diversity. So let's say you had an instance where you were either misunderstood, right, and you were given a second chance, or you gave someone else grace and gave them a second chance.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good afternoon, good morning, good night to everyone. So, second chance. Actually, I got up this morning, so I actually got a second chance. So we are given a second chance each and every day that we are able to get out of bed. And when someone wrong you and you give them that second chance, you are also giving yourself a second chance, because no matter what your beliefs are, your values are, each and every time there's always a chance for you to grow, to get stronger by giving grace. Because for me, I am a Christian, and every day God gives me grace. And for me to get grace from God, I have to be open to give grace to others. So no matter what, there's always that opportunity to give someone else a second chance. So in diversity, you give second chance because you were given second chance. You are open to growth. So no matter what, remember that second chance always comes your way. Once you get up each morning, your God, your Allah will give you a second chance. So be open to always giving someone else a second chance. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Excellent. And on that note of grace and gratitude, I want to say thank you. Thank you for participating. Thank you for opening your hearts. Thank you for making sure that this is a safe environment for all of us. And I wanted to share this closing thought because it took me a long time to understand the difference between equality and equity. And we talk about it a lot, but we don't completely understand. So I want you to just ponder upon this definition just a little bit. Equality is treating everyone like they're equals. Equity is understanding that not everyone may have the opportunity to those same resources that you and I might have. And even amongst this group, we are all in need of different resources, different opportunities, different avenues to grow ourselves, to bring us up to the level of equality. So, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying this wonderful session. Hopefully it was meaningful to you. And thank you for allowing me to be your hostess. Back to you, DTM Amjad.
Thank you so much, DTM Sravanti. Before we conclude, somebody would like to give you the topic. As in this platform, at this platform, everyone speaks, even the topics master. Who would like to give a topic to Toastmaster DTM Sravanti? Mr. Rajiv Khanata. He raised his hands first. Rajiv sir, please.
Thank you, sir. How do you see the difference between kindness and love? And what do you hold more important?
I don't know the book definitions, Toastmaster Khanna and my dear friends, but I will tell you this. Love is something that probably is inherent in me. I don't know how to define it, but I feel it. Kindness is something I can cultivate. So love may be a trait and kindness a choice. I can choose to be unkind, but if I feel the love and embrace the trait that I am naturally endowed with, I might be a little more inclined to be kind to everything and everyone that I see. So to me, I really have never pondered upon this book definition of love and kindness, and you really stumped me, and I was like, I hope I get this right. But I tell you, there are many times where I may not have chosen kindness, but I felt the love, and I almost kind. You see, when we embrace love, kindness comes with it, compassion comes with it, grace comes with it. And I use the word obligation in a very studied manner here, because we feel obligated to do some things for the people we love, don't we? That's where equity comes in and equality comes in. We choose to be kind to people who we love. How about turn it around on its head and say, let's embrace love and choose to be kind, where kindness is not a choice anymore. We naturalize kindness just like we are endowed with love. So I don't know if I gave you a good meaning of what that is or isn't, but I will tell you, love is probably what I feel. Kindness is probably how I choose to show it. Love is a trait. Kindness is a choice. But when I make them both the same, I say, I am beautiful. I say we all have an opportunity to be beautiful. And I've had many instances where I was humbled by other people's love, other people's kindness. And I couldn't tell if it was love or kindness. So anytime I see you, anytime our paths cross, I say, oh my God, I love it. Oh my God, I love you. I use the word love because I don't differentiate between love and kindness. Back to you.
That is the answer. You cannot separate water from wet.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Rajiv sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, DTM Sravanti. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we make our succession successful. Let's hear from our DTM timer, DTM Lenroy. How did we manage our show? DTM Lenroy, over to you.
Thank you. This was my most difficult task, to sit here quietly listening to all of these questions. And this is an area that I'm very passionate about. And so I have been thoroughly pleased. Overall, our timing went well. We only had about, I believe, 3, maybe 4 that actually went overtime. The complete timers report is in chat, and you can go ahead and save chat if you would like to see the overall timers report. And I just also put Toastmaster Cervantes in as well. But outstanding table topic discussion and conversations today. So thank you.
And I am told Toastmaster Saurabh is remaining. Is that our tradition, not to let any man go without speaking?
If a couple of them are left, then we manage. Otherwise, we conclude.
Okay.
Who is left?
Saurabh is there and Jaya is there.
Okay, Saurabh, I don't have a topic prepared. I prepared about 20 some. But here you go. I'll wing it. Those of us who believe, those of us who are crazy enough to believe that by our actions we can change the world, actually end up doing it. Those of us who are crazy enough to believe that our actions can change the world actually end up doing it. Saurabh.
Thank you so much, Topic Master. So my topic is those who believe that our ideas can change the world end up doing it. Well, this particular thing reminds me of a great man, a man who was not that much heighted, not well built, yet he had something with him that was honesty, non-violence, and courage. When there was a time when a country of more than many crore people were ruled by a colonial state, that man got courage of fighting against that colonial rule without using any weapons. When many people were considering him as a joke, like how can a man with not that much height, not a well-built body, neither having weapons, can defeat an entire state? That man proved everybody wrong. And as we all know, that man was none other than Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, aka Mahatma Gandhi. So if a man like him can defeat someone with the power of non-violence, I can say that if you have courage and if you have the willpower that you can change something, trust me, no power in this world can stop you from changing the world. Thank you, and over to the topic master.
Excellently done. And I believe it was Mahatma Gandhi who said, our ability to reach unity in diversity is a beautiful test of our civilization, something like that. It is beautiful, wonderfully done. Thank you. At this time, I will say, I will close. And Jaya, you're our last table topic speaker. And my daughter wrote an essay, which won her a hefty monetary award that paid for her college. And I will say this, one of the closing lines in her essay was, what we do not include intentionally, we exclude by default. What we do not include intentionally, we exclude by default.
Do you have any other topic?
No problem. I can rephrase the same one. So tell us about a time when you probably did not think to include someone or make them, either invite them to the conversation or make them come over, or something happened that did not allow you to do that. And it did not turn out well and you regretted your choice. Maybe you thought, if only I had invited that person, if only something, came up and it gave me an opportunity. Did you miss that opportunity anytime?
Very good evening to Global Impromptu members and their guests. Well, there are so many times I have come across people that I did not want to meet or converse because the way they have hurt me deeply and create a gap either with my family members, friends, or even in workplace. Even till today, I just avoid to include. Of course, it does come up in my memories when I sit, but it's very difficult to avoid. And I don't want to embrace them at all. Just yesterday or day before yesterday, I thought of writing about teachers since a Teacher's Day is coming up on 5th September. So I thought, why not? I have mixed feelings because I myself become a teacher from the time I volunteered. How I came up with great struggle, with all the discouragement, and same very people, teachers or friends who gave me that opportunity, took that opportunity away. That is not a true person. If don't just take away. Don't just come, be friends, and create a gap between a friend or between your parents. When I was writing a story about my days in boarding school, because just recently I have a sir who just passed away. So I thought all the memories came back. I wanted to embrace those good memories, that encouragement, where he was so kind enough to invite me for a trip. So I include all the people, all my mentors who have encouraged me, have made me what I am today. I would like to embrace them and not the people who put you down, take away things, create a gap. Over to you.
All right. What a heartwarming, what a touching reflection. I won't even say it was a speech. You spoke from your heart and it showed. And I love how you leaned in and you spoke to each of us. So thank you. And here is our very last one before I go away to my 1:30 meeting. To Lindroy, distinguished Toastmaster Lindroy. Lindroy, for those of us who are less familiar, continues to do some incredibly meaningful work. He does some incredibly meaningful work in the diversity, equity, and inclusion area. And he's been a friend, a long-term Toastmaster, and here is your topic, and I know you can handle this. What is the danger to this world if inclusion as a concept did not exist? What is the danger to this world if inclusion as a concept did not exist?
Madam Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, thank you for the opportunity to just speak just for a moment. If we fail to leave a voice a person, a personality, a different value, race, gender, preferences out, we silence that person. I just sat through some dynamic speeches, content that was incredible. And I represent a voice that was silent. Haven't I taken the stance to ask to be included, I would have left not being a part of this experience. To me, it's a powerful analogy, symbolic, to say I sat through over an hour of conversation, and was I included? Yes, I was the timer, but my voice was not included. And it just reminded me at times that we have to, instead of going to tell someone else and begin the process of triangulation, that we need to be bold, brave, and courageous to say, what about me? And thus we get to be included. That is so, so powerful for me and empowering at the same time to come today and share from Ashland, Ohio in the United States of America, where it's just over 1 o'clock. And I had a 1 o'clock appointment, so I can relate, Savanti, and others that just stayed on. Thank you for making this a very memorable table topic experience about an area that I'm extremely passionate and capable and just competent and courageous to be able to step into. So thank you for that question, because it really resonates with the experience that I've had today.
And I was absolutely DTM Lenroy, and I was going to go away without speaking, but Umar reminded me that the timer and the Table Topics Master absolutely must speak. So I said, yes, that's awesome. So just before you asked, we had that. So wonderful, and thank you. Thank you for voicing your opinion and saying, do I have a voice, right? You were at the table, but do I have a voice? So thank you for bringing that up. And at this time, it has been a true privilege to host all of you. And thank you. Keep in touch. We are on social media, each of us perhaps. And Diana, if you had something to share, you could put it either in the chat for us. As we leave, I would love for all of you to be kind and compassionate. Thank you. Thank you, Diana. Thank
Wonderful
you, everyone.
session, a wonderful, great session. Everybody did.
How many times did we use the word of the day, Umar?
Oh, Farida ma'am used it, you used it.
All right,
and
ladies and gentlemen.
Arshad used it also.
Sorry, before we chit-chat, can I conclude the session?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for embracing everyone and their belief and the way they talk. Let's put our hands together to thank DTM Sravanti and DTM Lenroy for managing this beautiful show. This was 193rd session. Ladies and gentlemen, with that power vested in me as a host of this meeting, I adjourn the meeting. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.